River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Dan here along with just Eric today. James is having a sabbatical today. That's may or may not be World Series related. But the two of us are here today. Eric, how we doing?
Sad and grumpy, Dan. Sad and grumpy.
Yeah, no, same. The feeling is mutual. Not a fun Sunday, except the Colts fan in me. My hometown is still pretty excited because they put a beat down on the Titans, and then our Hoosiers are still undefeated, right behind you. And we're not playing you this year unless we play in the tournament.
Yeah.
But alas, we are not here to talk about that. Good season or bad season, we're going through every single game, including now two losses in a row. We have a loss now, a fresh loss from Sunday against the Tennessee, or I cannot talk today, against the Houston Texans.
You can call it Tennessee Texans. That's fine. Who cares?
I had the Oilers. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make an Oilers joke.
Yeah. I wish they would have worn those Oilers uniforms. That would have made it at least more entertaining when they beat us down.
Yeah, they were wearing those. I'm not trying to like. I don't know. I don't like that blue H. Like their other uniforms, no. I honestly don't mind their other uniforms. Just the H helmet and I don't know, something about that specific uniform just doesn't ring right to me.
Yeah, I don't really like it either. It's just too, I don't know, it's too obnoxious.
Yeah, but the other uniforms perfectly fine. That aside, they did. I'll borrow what Kyle Shanahan said. They just flat out kicked our ass. It was bad. I'm assuming all of our listeners and viewers watched the game with us, but yeah, we lost to a tune of 26-15. That's an 11-point score, but it sure felt insurmountable. The nerdy numbers stuff to get it out of the way. Mac Jones was just shy of 200 yards at 193 with 2 touchdowns, one pick that I honestly can't blame him for. I don't blame him for taking that shot on the pick that he took. A quarterback rating of 80 or a passer rating of 84.5. Christian McCaffrey, worst game of the year for him. Only 25 rushing yards and 43 receiving yards. That's the lowest that he's been this year by a good margin. And as you see here, we spread the ball around. We sure tried. We had 4 receivers with at least 3 catches and 40 yards, but only George Kittle got into the end zone, and then Cenk Todges on his one catch was a 2-yard touchdown. And then besides Demo's pick, which is down here, when he actually lost it, they counted it as a fumble. Nothing else to really brag about in the defense department, which is a big highlight of my biggest issue with the game. But on the Texans side, CJ Stroud looked like superhuman. Only 9 incomplete passes, 30 completions, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. And that pick was just a fluky halftime, like garbage time Hail Mary, whatever you want to sum it up as. On the running front, both Nick Chubb and Woody Marks, whoever the hell that was. This was my introduction to this player. Didn't even know he was in the league. They both went over 50 yards on us. And then CJ Stroud, for good measure, went over 30 on 7 carries on scrambles. So that was fun. We got annihilated 60 yards to Xavier Hutchinson and Jalen Noel. So it turns out it didn't matter that they didn't have Nico Collins or Christian Kirk because everyone else did the dirty work. Even Jalen Higgins, I believe he's a tight end, right? He was a wide receiver. So we were the only ones that actively celebrated National Tight Ends Day, getting a touchdown to George Kittle at least, despite the loss. But then on their defensive side, I just want to highlight it was only 2 tackles or 2 sacks. It was only 2 sacks, but there were 6 hits to our, pull it up here for the visual aid, none to 2. And that, I guess, it just my thesis on the game. I remember saying roughly last week that it was going to come down to which front seven is going to be better. The Texans, we know, have a great front seven, and our front seven is struggling with a lot of injuries, more of which were added to yesterday. But the Texans have a terrible O-line. So can we take advantage of that, and can we manage to hold our own on offense? And the answer to both of those questions was a big stinking no. The Texans front seven annihilated the offense. Again, you don't have to look any further than Christian McCaffrey being held to 60 total yards, and Mac Jones just couldn't get anything going. And then on our defensive side, there's a reason that Nick Chubb in 2025 was still it was still only 3.3 yards a carry, but Woody Marks, again, who is Woody Marks averaging 5.6 yards a carry? And then they both got over 50. And then CJ, again, there's no pressure, 30 of 39. I'm surprised his passer rating wasn't higher than that, but yeah, Texans made pressure and we didn't. And that's exactly how you get a game like this. It wasn't a high scoring affair, but all you need to do was score more points the other guy to win. And yeah, there's a reason we couldn't score 15 points. And it's amazing we held them to as many field goals as we did. But I don't know. It was a game of the front sevens, and their front seven was ready to play and ours wasn't. And it was just a very sad 3 hours of football to sit through. What'd you take away from this game?
Your last sentence there was a good summation of it. It was a very sad 3 hours of football to sit through. Just because the 49ers never felt like they were in the game. I mean, I guess there was a stretch there, I guess maybe in like the third quarter where they felt like they had a chance, where they were hanging around there a little bit. That it felt like they had a little bit of a puncher's chance if they could just put a drive together, if they could just get a stop on defense, if they could just do anything that resembled football, that, it would be okay. And they just couldn't put it together.
It was that drive we did. Yeah. The drive that was the Jake Hodges touchdown and then the DeMarcus Robinson 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And then I agree. Like after that, you can just see there, that's all she wrote. That was we had two good drives, and that 7 points in the second quarter was only because Brian Robinson peeled off a 60-yard kick return.
Yeah, and George Kittle made a one-handed triple covered catch too. So
yeah, only he could catch.
Yeah. So I mean, it just felt like they couldn't get anything going. I mean, D'Amico Ryans called a hell of a game defensively against us. They had a great game plan. They took Christian McCaffrey completely out of the game plan, and they rattled Mac Jones the entire game. I mean, it's not Mac's fault, but they were just getting pressure in his face and in his area and making him move around and making him unsteady and making him having to rush throws all game long, and it showed. And he just didn't have time to settle in back there. And when we didn't have time, this is the result that you're going to get. You're going to have plays that are rushed. You're going to have plays that are forced. McCaffrey's not going to be able to get yards on the ground because their front seven is good. And then you're faced with 3rd and long all the time. You're not going to convert 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8 all the time. So, I mean, you're going to end up punting a lot. And unfortunately, we just had too many 3-and-outs. I mean, I think in the first half, what did we have? 12 plays in the first half? I mean, something like that. I mean,
we had, I think it was a single first down in the first half to not, it is apples and oranges, but I remember at halftime or when we got our first down, deep into the second quarter, we got our first down, and the Texans had already amassed over 290 total yards on offense.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to win a game when you're having struggles like that. I mean, credit to the team. The fact that they stuck around and were hanging around by 8 points, that long into the game, I guess is something to say about. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, this game could have been well out of hand and probably should have been well out of hand, but they held the Texans to field goals, on many of those drives, and so kept them contained a little bit and gave the offense a chance. The offense just couldn't do anything. I mean, it was just pathetic out there.
Not at all.
And we got the gift touchdown there in the second quarter. Yeah, that's playing right now in the highlights that the viewers can see. But we got the gift touchdown there at the end of the second half. But then we got lucky and worked for the second touchdown. But I mean, outside of those two drives, like you said, Dan, I mean, we just did nothing, and it was just very frustrating watching the team just constantly 3 and out, and it was just, I mean, and then the defense just got shredded. It was death by 1,000 paper cuts. There weren't any really big splash plays. There was two long receptions in the whole game. What were you going to say, Dan?
Oh, sorry, you glitched there. I was gonna say I went to the team stats to highlight here. Total yards, they had like 290 at halftime. They ended with 475. That's got to be close to a damn record for a defense run by Robert Saleh, or at least with the Niners. And then the time of possession too.
Yeah.
41 minutes their offense had the ball to our 18. You don't win a game if you lose the two biggest ways to lose a game: lose the turnover battle and lose the time of possession. And the turnovers were even, but 41-18, man, that's bad. You cannot win when you hold the ball for less than 20 minutes.
No, and this 49ers team has to hold the ball and has to win the time of possession, or at least make it pretty close to even. Right now, with the way that the defense is set up, I mean, the defense is just not set up to be out there and get a lot of plays run against it. I mean, at one point in time, what were we talking in the text thread? I think they said that the Texans would run 55 plays, and it was only like the second half or something like that. I mean, it was something ridiculous like that. I mean, it was something absurd.
It's because let's call a spade. We're out of bodies.
Yeah,
our front seven's out of bodies. And D. Winters had to get pulled out for an injury. Sam Wokawanu, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's now day-to-day officially with an ankle injury. And then Alfred Collins is now hurt. CJ West wasn't playing in this game. Kalia Davis, I think, was the only one that didn't get hurt on the line. Because no disrespect to Curtis Robinson, he was our man of the year, and I think he was like a top 3 man of the year candidate last year. But in terms of football quality, that's not good when he's out there. He's a 4th string special teamer only for a reason. That's not good when our 2 linebackers are him. And again, no offense to who we were glowing about replacing Fred. I'm spacing
Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum Bethune. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our front seven's bad. It's not bad people, but my God, the drop off losing Nick Bosa. Markel Williams is a rookie. Like, he's not a superstar yet. He's still a rookie. Kalia Davis can't do it all himself. Like, he's still not a Pro Bowler. Like, he's average, if not slightly above average. And then our linebackers, like, you can't replace Fred Warner, but these guys still aren't even at like average level. Our front seven was annihilated by Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. That's why CJ Stroud just wasn't hit at all. It didn't matter. If they needed some chunk yardage, just hand it off. And then when we tried to load the box, CJ Stroud would just kill us in the air. They had us. I'll be gross. They had us by the balls, and that's why we lost the game. And we didn't hold the ball for even 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when the offense just kept not turning it over, but not generating any long sustained drives. So then the defense is just going right back out there, right? And then, so they're getting worn down too on top of things, which doesn't help anything. So I mean, it just was a bad situation overall, and just a game to really, hopefully these guys can just erase it from their brains and forget about it and just move on to the next one and move on to the Meadowland. Well, is it still the Meadowlands? I don't know what it is anymore.
Yeah, we're going to MetLife in the Meadowlands, and damn it, like I didn't. Oh my gosh, if we're going to go ahead, like there's not really like this wasn't Mac's fault. It wasn't even like our offensive line is like it showed some problems, but when you got Daniil Hunter and
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson on either side, like our offensive line is okay. Like it was just they just called up perfect pressures and like you said, balled up Christian McCaffrey. Like I've been kind of mad because I keep betting on Kendrick Bourne and it doesn't pay off, but we weren't even hitting Jennings consistently. We weren't hitting anybody consistently. Like, look at this. Like, it's
these guys are not. I mean, we're not playing with top level receivers either. I mean, you talked about missing top level guys on the defensive end of things. We're missing top level guys on the offensive side of things too. I mean, like, look, I like some Juwan Jennings, right? But he's not proven himself to be a number one receiver, even though we keep putting him in the number one slot. We know Kendrick Bourne's not a number one receiver. Kittle's a great tight end. So, I mean, 4 for 43 and a touchdown for Kittle. That's not a bad stat line, really, for him. I mean, could have had some more yards, I guess. But, I mean, 4 for 43 and a touchdown's not bad. McCaffrey, 3 for 43. That's a little shy for him. But for any running back, for a normal running back, 3 for 43 is pretty good.
Yeah. He just didn't have the 80 yards rushing to complement it because they just loaded the box and made us have to throw. But exactly, like their defense top to bottom is just that tight, and no one's open for what's the way that Kyle puts it? He read it and rip it. Mac had no read and rip it at all. He had to hold it for longer than just an initial read, and then by then the box was collapsed.
Yeah.
And that's not our offensive line. Like the Texans just have a great front seven.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, it's clear that they came into the game with the game plan of not letting McCaffrey beat them and then forcing Mac Jones to beat them. And, lined up in the fashion that, they were going to cover McCaffrey and make him, work extra hard to get every yard that he needed to get. And then, like you said, when Mac lined up to pass, just, they thought that they could get enough pressure with their front four or front five, whatever they sent sometimes. And they were right. And they could get home and beat us. And that was what they did. So, I mean, they executed on their side of the ball. We couldn't execute on our side of the ball. And that's how you end up with a loss like this. I mean,
it makes CJ Stroud look like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a bad loss. It's not the end of the world loss because, I mean, again, the defense did hold them to like 4 field goals. So, I mean, it could have been, this score could have been, whatever that maths out to, like 40-some to 15. I mean, it wasn't that. So, I mean, I'm going to give the defense a little bit of credit. I mean, like they bent, but they didn't break a lot of times. And that's going to have to be how this team plays. But, the offense has got to be able to generate points opposite that defense. And the defense has to be able to get us some stops here and there. I mean, they gave up way too many third down conversions. If you go back to the team stats, you can see that the Texans converted way too much on third down.
Yeah, a lot of their third downs were very, very short too, if I remember.
So 9 of 16 on third down at the top there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, way too many third down conversions. So, I mean, you gotta not allow that many third down conversions. I mean, that's over 50%. You can't have that and expect it to be any sort of success. But and the offense has to hog the ball. They've got to keep the time of possession either equal or greater for themselves, and give that defense a break and keep them off the field so that they're not as pressured.
Dear God, look at that! I didn't even realize at the end of all said and done, the Texans ran 75 plays.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous.
That's absurd. That makes total sense when you look at the time of possession battle and how lopsided that was.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely insane.
They got themselves into a hole, but I mean, I'm not saying that like I don't know what this says more about, like who this says. Do you think, I know it might make us have to poo-poo the team a little bit, but like, do you think this game says more about the Texans or says more about the Niners?
I think it says more about the Niners' weaknesses and deficiencies right now than it does about the Texans. I think it says that this Texans team was set up and was able to exploit the Niners' weaknesses. I think that the Niners were not able to account for the weaknesses this team has and that they know they have, and the Texans were able to exploit them in this particular game. I mean, they know there's no pass rush up front, and they know that the linebackers are a weakness, and they know that the offensive line could get bullied around by their great pass rushers, the two guys that you mentioned earlier. And I think that the Texans just took advantage of that. Now, I don't think that every other team that the Niners are going to play are going to have that same luxury, but we're going to face a Giants team next week that has good pass rushers up front again. So what's that going to look like next week as well? Because they've got Brian Burns and they've got Thibodeau and they've got that rookie that plays for them on the Giants. I forget what his name is.
I'm forgetting that rookie's name too, but he was drafted very, very high out of Penn State, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. I want to say his last name is Carter, but I'm not sure if that's correct or not.
That sounds right. He's not here on the injury report. Look at that. We're opened as 2-point favorites.
But, I think that they're going to face a lot of pressure next week, again, on the front of the offensive line to try to get whoever's playing quarterback time to throw the ball. Now, I think they're going to have a little bit more success running next week. The Giants' run defense has been bad all season long. So I think they'll have an opportunity to run the ball a little bit better against the Giants. And hopefully that slows down that pass rush somewhat. But at the same time, I think that the Giants can exploit the things that the Niners still can't do, and that's generate a pass rush on their end. I think Jackson Dart, if he's allowed to sit back there and be comfy all day long, I don't think he's great by any means, and I don't think that they have very good weapons, but I don't think it takes very good weapons to beat us if you can just sit back there and be comfy all day long.
Yeah, that's going to be a big factor if we can get healthy, or if we can sign somebody in the short term to like just add some damn bodies to the front seven. We need something to happen, whether we do pull off some big splashy trade, whether it's right now or if it's after this game. Like, John's got to be getting some reinforcements on defense. He's got to be trying to pull some strings to make that happen. But I agree. It'll be a little bit of an easier pass rush, but it's the exact same thing. The Giants defense is not bad. I wouldn't say great, but it's not bad. And if we can't match that and get a rookie quarterback who now doesn't have Shabdabadoo or whatever his name was.
Skibbity-dabbity-doo-dah.
Yeah. Now that they don't have him. now that they don't have him, like it's going to be on him. We can load the box and just like dare him to throw because their other running back's not. I think Porter's his last name. He's not spectacular. Like, no. This should be a winnable game, but after how bad we were at making pressure on, again, a Texans offensive line that's not that good, like I have a lot of worry. I have a lot of worry, especially being on the road again. Like this is the end of our 4 out of 5 games in the last 5 weeks being on the road. We can finally be at home again for a couple weeks.
My 2 biggest worries in this game are generating enough pressure up front to make Jackson Dart uncomfortable, so that he makes some miss throws and makes some bad plays and doesn't just sit back there and play like it's 7-on-7, and that the turf monster at MetLife doesn't get more people for our team.
Oh my God.
Those are the two biggest worries that I have for this particular game. Like, I kind of just want to not even play this game and just take a loss, move on, so we don't get more injuries personally. Because I'm terrified of like CMC getting hurt or Kittle getting really hurt or Brock, assuming that he plays in this game, getting really, really hurt. I'm terrified of those things.
This MetLife field is for real scary. And with our injury luck, it's not. Yeah, it's making jokes, but there is a real kernel of truth to it. There have been not just us, plenty of players. Were the Giants at home this weekend, or were they on the road?
I believe they were at home this weekend.
Okay, then we just saw.
Yeah, we just saw Skibbity Scabbity do get his ankle.
Oh no, they were at Philly. Mistaken.
Same difference. Philly's turf is just as bad. Don't tell James. Wow, is Brian Burns really at 10 sacks already? Yeah, see, that bodes really poorly for us. That's like super bad.
Are you what? Brian Burns is at 10 sacks and we're halfway into the season already? Wow, there it is. Well, that sure sucks.
Yeah, that's real bad.
Spider-Man's having a Pro Bowl season.
That's the thing that I'm talking about. I mean, like that's bad for us. I mean, going against him and Thibodeau and whoever the other guy is, I can't think of. I mean, that's a bad situation for us because our offensive line has got to be able to hold up. And I think, it's not a bad O-line is the thing. It's like, I don't know. I'd put it right at the middle. I think there are worse O-lines than us. Well, yeah, but I think that perhaps putting Purdy back in the lineup, if he's ready to go, gives us a little bit better shot at it. Oh, you're going through it now.
I was trying to find, because there's Thibodeau. We have to worry about him. Oh, Flanagan. Oh, that's where he signed. I forgot Flanagan Fowles left us for this team. I knew he left us. Abdul Carter. There he is.
Yeah, so I was right. It was Carter. But I think if we can put how many sacks he got?
Oh, he's only got a half sack. He's only got a half sack so far this year. So he's been pretty quiet.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Luckily, he's been quiet. But I mean, when you got Spider-Man and Thibodeau, I didn't see Thibodeau. I should have before I jumped out of there. But finish what you were saying.
But I mean, I think if we put Purdy back in, he gives us a little bit more mobility. I'm not trying to crap on Mac in any way, shape, or form. Mac just doesn't move as much as Purdy does. So if we can put Purdy back in, so 2.5 sacks. So they got 13 sacks on their defensive line. So
almost all from Burns.
Yeah. But I mean, if we can put Purdy back in, he gives us a little bit more mobility that hopefully can offset some of that pass rush that the Giants are going to bring. But they're going to have to contain that. So, I mean, it's going to be a very similar setup game to this Texans game. It's going to be Giants front four against our offensive line and the pressure that they bring. And then it's going to be our front four against the Giants offensive line. And can we generate any sort of a pass rush to make Jackson Dart have to do anything other than just stand there and throw darts at his crappy wide receiver core?
Which he's not bad. He is not bad. This is not Justin Fields. This is not Spencer Rattler. Like, this guy actually plays quarterback. He plays quarterback half competently. So
yeah, he's perfectly fine. I mean, if he's given time and space back there, he'll make the right read and make the right throws. He'll do just fine. So I mean, if we don't put pressure on him, there's going to be problems. So I mean.
It could go sideways. This game very well could go sideways.
Yeah.
Whether it is a lack of pressure that keeps their offense on the field, or if I won't talk about it if it actually doesn't happen. But I mean, that turf could eat us.
Yeah.
That turf very easily could take out some players because this turf just is cursed for some reason.
Yep. Yep. So I wouldn't say that I'm very concerned for this particular game because I'll save that for 2 weeks from now. I'll be very, very concerned about that particular game. But I'm concerned for this game for the reasons that we talked about there. And like I said, I'm concerned that,
I definitely had to remind myself we were playing in 2 weeks. And yeah, this Rams game, I don't care that it's at home. It's probably not going to go well.
If we don't make a trade by then, it's not going to go well because our current iteration of the defensive line and the defensive linebacking core is not going to get it done versus the Rams. So that's just the way that is. So Stafford will eat us alive for dinner if we don't get him pressured.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. You know how worried I am about this. I know I end up shoehorning in the Colts, but
you put the Colts in. It's okay. You're allowed your one tangent.
No, I'm just imagining like the Colts are, it's last 3 weeks of the season. The Colts are probably going to be fighting with the Chiefs for the number 1 seed. And it's the Chiefs, like just until I see otherwise. So they probably will not be pulling their starters by then because they won't have the number 1 seed locked up by then. It's going to be at home on Monday Night Football against us basically looking like Christmas Tim or whoever from a Christmas Carol. Just walking in with our limp and the one crutch. And I just see them throwing everything at us and that game going terribly.
I mean, fortunately that game is like 8 games away from now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens by then. So, I mean, we could be playing for our playoff lives by then and have a lot of juice and a lot of energy to try to salvage our season by then.
I know Cleveland's bad, but we played very bad the last time that we were in Cleveland. I'm worried about that game. Worried about that game now too, because we just are not good against your quietly second team. We're very bad against your Browns for some reason.
Yes. Well, their defense is really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, their defense is really good, and not to crap on Brock, but Brock has not shown yet that he can beat really elite defenses yet.
Oh, Lord. And our Carolina game is on Monday Night Football too. I forgot. Ew, that's going to be a gross game. Why?
Yeah.
I bet ESPN is scrambling right now, just like, hey, are we allowed to flex? I can't remember.
Right. Yeah. I got to figure out if the Sling is still selling those day passes so I can get a day pass to watch that game.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Okay. Enough just wallowing. Enough foreshadowing, enough wallowing. Like, we just got to, all right, take our breath. Just worry about the Giants. It was a bad game. Doesn't mean the next one's going to be bad, but there's definitely reasons to be a little worried. But
yeah,
we gotta see. We could see people come back. Like Ricky might come back. I already saw that Brandon's not getting his practice window open. So I mean, we've already played this long without him. So I mean, no real big difference there.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Just gotta pray that we get some defensive help, whether it's from injuries or a trade or. I don't know. We get this. This has to be this game had to have been a massive wake up call for our front seven, not doing enough. Like, yes, we're injured, but at the same time, like, you guys are not making a good case. Like, yes, you're supposed to be backups, but I mean, we can't be this bad.
Well, but I mean, at the same time, like John has to find someone that's willing to trade too. And I mean, we kind of went over it last week. I mean, there wasn't a lot of teams that were out of it to make trades. And then the few teams that we talked about that, like, we were like, oh, well, they might be falling out of the picture here soon and be willing to trade. They all won.
Yep.
The Jets won. Stupid Jets.
Oh, my God.
Blew my survivor pool pick.
Ugh.
Dolphins won. Ravens won. So, I mean, all the teams that were near the bottom of the pile all won this week. So they all kind of kept their own little hopes and dreams alive for another day. So, I mean, it makes it really, really hard to find trading partners when you don't got anybody that's really, truly bottoming out. I mean, the only team that is bottoming out now is like the Saints and I guess the Titans still. But the Titans already just said the other day that they're open for trade offers, but none of their stars.
Which is literally just Simmons and Ward.
Yeah. But I mean, still, I mean, I mean, there's just not a lot of trade partners out there right now. So you got to do this dance where you can be really interested in all these guys and all these people and want to pick up all these players, but it's not like Madden. You can't just move them, regardless of whether the team wants to or not, just because you make them a really good offer. You'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, I offered you a third round pick and a fourth round pick and a fifth next year for your guy this year and a sixth next year. Do the deal. Oh, Madden Meter says it's good. Click, go. I mean, it just doesn't work. They have to be willing to dance with you. And I think the problem right now is that John can't find anybody to dance with him. I think he's very willing to trade. I think he's very willing to make a deal. I think he's very willing to do something, but I don't think he can find the right player and the right team that's willing to do anything.
I still think I don't know. Just off the top of my head, I think Juwan might be his best trade asset right now, unless that's just the first name that comes to my head. I think because he's playing for a contract right now. He wants to go long term with somebody that's not us, unless John is I don't know. I don't see John actually caving to sign him to a long term deal. I think John is just kind of dangling the carrot, just trying to get the best out of him that he can, knowing that he's going to just walk. So why not trade him? He is a very capable. His ceiling is a number 2. Trade him for a half decent linebacker, maybe a player for player, or I don't know. It's usually you just go offense to offense, defense to defense, and we don't. I don't know. Defense is far more pressing than offense, so yeah, that's just this little corner that we're stuck in.
Yeah, I don't really think. I mean, outside of, what would you trade for on offense? Really? What would you really trade for on offense? There's nothing really to trade for. No,
I wouldn't trade a wide receiver for a lineman. I don't know. Our offensive line, we have. That's what's bringing it back full circle. That's what's frustrating about this team. We have so many great players, just none of them are healthy.
Yeah.
If we were, and yes, every team could say that to a certain extent, but no one can say it to the extent that we can. So let me have it. Our team would be so goddamn good if we weren't cursed by the injury bug.
But Ayuk's coming back at some point in time. Now, whether or not he's going to be
Pearsall too.
Yeah, whether or not Ayuk's going to be good when he comes back or not remains to be seen. But we have to assume that he's going to come back and be good, right? So we're going to assume that. Ricky's coming back here either this week or next week. So, when you do that, now you've got a solid 1-2 receiver crew. And you've got Juwan at 3. You've got DeMarcus at 3 or 4 or whatever. You've got
and then Kittle's finally back.
Kendrick Bourne at 3 or 4. So, you've got your pile of receivers there that can fill in the 3, 4, 5 slots. We've got Kittle. We got Tonjes, who's turned out to be a really good backup tight end. So, your offense, and you've got Mack at the backup quarterback spot. So, you've got McCaffrey as your running back. I don't see a lot of holes offensively. Maybe you could plug something in at the offensive line, but really offensive linemen don't really ever get traded. That just isn't something that happens, because if you got a good offensive lineman, you don't trade him away typically.
No, and our line is fine. The backup center to Brendel played fine. Obviously, we're Trent Williams. McKivitz has honestly kind of grew into a half decent. I wouldn't say a Pro Bowler, but he's not as bad as he was last year or even 2 years ago. And then the guards that we have in right now, they're Pooney's finally getting over his knee injury and he's playing well. And then I forget who our other guard was, but
it's Colby Carter or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's right. He's a rookie this year, and Carter's pretty good, honestly. Ben Barch, I did see earlier, is going to come back to practice this week, but honestly, Ben Barch and him both are doing just fine at guard too. So our offensive line isn't bad. I don't know if it'd be top 5, but they're teams that would love to have our offensive line, i.e. the Titans or
yeah. But so if you were going to have to give up something, what would you give up to get a better guard or a better right tackle or whatever? You're going to have to give up something pretty massive to get one of those things. And I don't know that you're really going to get that big of an upgrade, right? So The trade definitely has to happen on the defensive side of the ball. It's got to happen on that front 4 or on the linebacker side. There's a linebacker from the Bengals that's been mentioned a couple of times. I think his name is Logan Thomas. I think is his name. I could be wrong.
I did see he was a captain, and he's been like getting less and less snaps every week.
Yeah. He wants out. He's asked for a trade, so I mean, he's an option.
But that's asking to make a trade with the Bengals, which
yeah. So, but I mean, like, so I think a defensive trade needs to happen. So I mean, could you trade a wide receiver for a defensive player? I mean, sure, you could. I mean, it's not impossible, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think we're gonna have to flip some picks to make that happen. And like I said, I think John is willing to do that. I think John wants to do that. I just think that the way the NFL is right now, there's just so many teams that are just so bunched up that nobody's really out of, contention at this point in time.
No one wants to be that team that optically looks like they're like giving up when their record honestly is not at that point yet.
Yeah. I mean, the Dolphins are 4 games out, which is not insurmountable at this point in time, this early in the season, but bleak. But the Jets are still pretty bad. They just got their 1 win, but they're going to feel pretty loved after 1 win. But they'd probably still sell if you'd ask them to.
Well, back to the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel saved his job for another week, throwing an absolute beat down on who'd they just beat?
The Falcons.
Yeah, absolutely destroyed them. While Tua looks like he was dealing with pink eye.
Yeah. The AFC North, everybody there is within like 2 games of each other. The AFC South, everybody's chasing your Colts, but again, only the Titans are really out of that division. The Texans are 3-4, the Jaguars are 4-3. So I mean, they're all
neither of them should be sellers.
Right, they're all feeling like they can play for a wild card spot at least, or something like that. And the AFC West, the Broncos are 6-2, the Chargers are 5-3, the Chiefs are 4-3. So, I mean, everybody's right there, 1 game within each other in the loss column.
Except the Raiders.
Yeah, except the Raiders, which, again, the Raiders should probably be sellers, but the Raiders don't typically do the thing that makes the most sense. So, and they're not going to give away Max Crosby, most likely. So, I mean, who are they going to give away?
They literally just inked Max Crosby to an extension this last offseason. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Now, I mean, when you look at the Giants are 2-6 now. They just lost Skibbity Skabbity Boo. Should they probably be sellers? I mean, probably at this point in time, it would make sense to just trade away some assets and get more picks and build around Jackson Dart, for next season. But will they? I don't know. I feel like they're still competitive, but I think they should sell. The NFC North, again, 5 wins for the Packers, 3 wins for the Vikings. So they're right there, just 2 games back.
The Vikings have too much pride to throw in the towel right now. Like JJ honestly might not be that bad this week. I mean, the jury's out, but today, are they going to be making any trades? No, they're not in. They still give it 2 weeks and maybe then, but then we'll be past the trade deadline.
Yeah. And then the NFC South, you got the Buccaneers, the Panthers, and the Falcons. I mean, the Panthers and the Falcons are 4-4, 3-4. So again, they're hanging around, thinking wild card spot. The Saints are 1-7. They're trash. But we talked last week that Mickey Loomis is a terrible GM. He doesn't know when to buy or sell, so he'll probably go out and trade for people instead of getting rid of people.
Yeah,
and then,
that honestly got pretty interesting because the Panthers aren't actually like the Panthers and the Falcons are kind of 2 sides of the same coin. Any given week, they could be really, really good, or they can just be complete ass.
Yes.
But they're both, unless the Falcons keep free falling, they're still in the wild card hunt, just like the Panthers, chasing the Bucks too. They're still, like you said, 2 games out from the Bucks. So like the Bucks have far from locked up that division title, even though I'm cheering for them too, because go Baker. But
yeah. And then in our division, everybody's 5-something except for the Cardinals, who are 2-5. And the Cardinals are going to think that all their losses are just little fluky losses. So why would they give up this early? So I mean, there's just nobody. There's just nobody to trade with.
At face value, sure. I just to the Cardinals at face value, sure. But to somebody that sees the Cardinals as often as we do and have to care about them to an extent, like, no, it's not.
No. Yeah.
This has been a chronic problem for them for the tenure, whether it was Cliff Kingsbury or now he looks like Dewey.
Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, he looks like Dewey. That's why I keep calling him that.
Well, and we're about to enter Call of Duty season 2, so.
Yeah, no, this has been a chronic problem under the Kyler Murray reign in Arizona. So no, it's not a it was a fluky. No, it wasn't. When it's been fluky for 6 years, no, it's not.
Yeah. So I mean, there's just not enough separation between a lot of these teams and a lot of these divisions where you would go out and get players from a lot of these teams, at least in my opinion. I mean, like I said, there's probably 5 teams out here that if you looked at me and said, where would I want to pull somebody from, it would be the Dolphins, I guess, the Jets, the Titans, Raiders, Giants, and Saints. Is it?
I think we definitely need to call the Dolphins because they have plenty of defensive pieces. We're friends with Mike. Like, getting somebody out of there. They have some defensive players that could definitely help us, like Chubb, like Phillips, like oh my God, hell, if we could. They just cut Minka from the Steelers, but I mean,
yeah,
hell, Minka. I don't know. We just gotta do something. We gotta do something to help this defense. Like, it's no offense to these guys, but like, goddamn, like, we can't have this bad a front 7 again, like, and expect to go anywhere.
No,
because that's, I don't know. Yes, the offense got suffocated too, but we cannot be that bad, and we cannot be that bad on the defensive line the rest of the year and expect to have any more wins and not end the season 5-11.
Well, if we can get a nice edge rusher in a trade and then get Bryce Huff back, I mean, then we've got 2 nice edge rushers.
Yeah.
And I mean, that makes a world of difference going forward for the rest of the season. I mean, we would be in really good shape.
That's true. Bryce Huff, it's not long-term, thankfully. Hopefully he just misses this next week too, and then that's it. Like, he's finally, I don't know. We just gotta go week to week with him last I saw, which,
yeah,
please, just, if he has to miss this week and then he's fine the rest of the year, fine, I'll take it. Like,
yeah,
that's what's annoying about hamstring injuries.
Yeah, but I mean, think about that. If we could add a nice edge rusher at the trade deadline, it doesn't have to be a superstar guy, but a guy that's even, the equivalent of him, some guy that's going to maybe get us, we'll say, for the season, 6 to 8 sacks, right? But can at least put on some pressure. Now you have him and Huff on opposite sides. I mean, now you can at least generate some pass rush and some pressure throughout the rest of the season, ideally.
Yeah.
And make something happen. So, I mean, that would be, what we could look forward to. And I think that's what John is ultimately going to probably end up pulling off. I don't think he's going to get a Trey Hendrickson. I don't think he's going to get a Max Crosby. I don't think he's going to get Brian Burns. I don't think he's going to get any of these guys that are the big name superstar guys from any of these other teams. Now, I mean, he's shown a willingness to go out and do that, but I don't think he is.
No, a lot of us, and I'm having to remind myself this in real time too, that a lot of these, like, not every injury that we've had is like season ending. Fred's was bad, Nick's was bad, but a lot of these guys are just, it's annoyingly lingering, and in theory they should come back eventually, but we just got to see how it goes and just kind of just take it week to week, see who we got, and just ride the ship. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Still, all right. We're running out of time on this one, but I think it's a good vent session. Just come back to earth. It's another game, another week. Now it is time to give a shout out to our sponsor, Royal Retros. What is Royal Retros? It is your go-to place to get yourself an authentic throwback jersey. Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, any of the major sports, they got you covered. And for all of us Bay Area fans, they have the Candlestick collection up right now. It has Giants gear for baseball. It's got 49ers gear. When you find anything you like in this collection or not, throw it in your cart and use the promo code Shady Sports, and that'll get you 10% off of your entire order. Again, it's promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order. It helps us out. It helps out Sam, our awesome EP, and everybody in the Shady Sports Network family of programming. One last time, promo code Shady Sports. Use that to get 10% off of your entire order at royalretros.com. Royal Retros, go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today. We also are selling t-shirts. We are selling t-shirts because we were inspired 2 years ago, going on 3 years. First, it was by Dan Snyder, but we noticed through him and just in looking at all of the owners as a whole, it's not just Dan Snyder. A lot of owners have gotten away with things chronically that we don't find out until like long after the fact, where like Tyreek Hill, we found out he got arrested while he was driving to the game like an hour before kickoff. And it's just, there's a multitude of things that the owners have been getting away with that they're not held to the same standard. They're not getting held to the same standard as players are being held to. And we just don't think that's right. And we think that there needs to be more accountability. That's why we started this hashtag owner accountability, owner standards over player standards. And all these t-shirts I'm about to show you, the proceeds from these shirts are all going to Mountain Comprehensive Care Center in Kentucky. It is a women's shelter. We were inspired by that because of one accusation by a Texans minority owner. And Google what he did, because I don't want to get a YouTube flag. But the t-shirts, again, with the proceeds going to Mount Comprehensive Care Center, this is our standard logo shirt, is what we call it. You see there's all sorts of styles. You can colorize it if you like. They're made to order. You just pick the size, pick the style, a short sleeve, a long sleeve, a hoodie, a crew neck, and the pricing starts at $22.99. The next shirt is our podcast logo art. You see this on YouTube. You see this on your podcasting platform of choice. Again, made to order. Just pick your style, pick your size, and the pricing starts at $22.99. Our next one is the alternate podcast logo. This one's got the crossbars and the peanuts on it. James will periodically have this shirt on when we tape. And same deal, made to order. Pick your style and your size, and you could rock this shirt just like James. And then our last one, our adorable peanut mascot, eating a bowl of peanuts, patiently praying with us that we can rebound and recalibrate for the Giants this weekend. Again, this one's only in black, but I mean, personally, this kind of looks the best in black. All these shirts made to order, pricing starting at $22.99, and all the proceeds will be going to Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, the women's shelter in Kentucky. We just want you to have a cool shirt and know that you are helping some women and families in need. All right. Give my voice a break. Is there anything breaking here real quick before we sign out?
The Ravens expect Lamar Jackson to start on Thursday at Miami. There was some controversy this week about his participation in practice and whether or not he was going to play or not this week or not. The Ravens have gotten investigated for that. So
okay, that controversy is really, really, really funny because this to me, it kind of comes off like such a nothing burger. Like if we take it just at face value, like somebody who writes up the practice reports wrote him as full when I didn't know this was a rule either. If you're a starter and you practice with the second team, even if you're practicing with the second or scout team in full, like no restrictions, but you're just with them for reasons, you're still automatically limited. I didn't know that was a rule.
Yeah,
but apparently that's going to cost the Ravens, like, if there was malicious intent with that, which I'm sure they're not going to find any. I'll be shocked if they did. Like a competitive advantage to make the Bears not sure who to prepare for. Like, I don't know. I see this being like a slap on the wrist and like a $10,000 fine. Like, I can't see this being that bad for there's no way that they were going that far for the Bears, you know? Like,
yeah, I don't think so either, but they're going to get fined nonetheless. So.
Yeah. They're not going to lose a draft. I will be shocked if they lose a draft pick over that. That'd be so silly to me.
That would be a lot. So Wentz is going to have season-ending surgery, so he's done for the season now. So it's the JJ McCarthy show there again.
Poor guy. I saw the highlights of him. And poor guy. I actually felt bad for him. He looked like he was in some pretty serious pain.
Yeah, he looked like he was really toughing through it in that game. So, I mean, he was really trying to play through it for the team and trying to do his best for them. And now he's going to have season-ending surgery on his shoulder. So,
yeah, no, I don't know. I just felt bad. He just looks so sad.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make light of it. I just feel bad for him.
Well, I feel bad for the Viking season now because JJ McCarthy has been really poo when he's played. So,
yeah.
Broncos Surtain is expected to miss a couple weeks with his pec injury, and Skibbity Doo undergoes successful ankle surgery. I really just wanted to say his name again. So.
Hey, but shout out to Big Dom bringing him and his family pizza and cheesesteaks. I thought that was a really cool story. I did see that earlier while I was at work.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Good on him. That's really sweet.
Yep. All Philly fans are not terrible people, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. Gosh, not all Philly fans are the ones that threw batteries at Santa.
That's right.
Well, I will sign us off by saying, in this time where we're in the midst of the equinox, so to say, the World Series is happening, hockey came back, basketball came back, we're balls deep halfway into the season of football. Just if you carved out a little hour just to listen to us yak on about the Niners, just thank you. We appreciate it. It's been fun doing this, and I don't know, call me sentimental. I just wanted to give you all a shout out for that. And just we're going to try to keep our heads high. It's been an interesting season, but we're only halfway there. We're 5-3. We're far from out of it. And we will be back on Friday for our week 9. We're on week 9 now, right? Oh my God. Yeah, our week 9 parlay. Jesus, I can't believe I just said we're halfway through the season, and it just still, I don't like how fast football goes.
No, I know. We wait forever for it to get here, and then it's gone in the blink of an eye.
Right. Well, anyway, we'll be back Friday for our week 9 parlay, and our outro music is River Road by Justin Muth. Let's beat the Giants.
Yep. Let's go.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you whine and cry.